everyone. How you doing? What's going on? I was checking my audio because the other day I noticed that there was this staticky thing and I couldn't figure out what it was. It was actually my headpiece connector and or connected to the audio interface. And hey, Shannon, welcome. Great to see you. How's it going? Where are you at? I think the last time, was it Connecticut? Does my memory serve me well? So I don't know if you've been noticing, but, I definitely read the comments, guys. So if it's your first time here, make sure to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell, and definitely leave a comment. I do read them. Whether I read them in the middle of the stream, definitely at the end of the stream. We're going to live chat. That's like the main reason why I even do the live stream, right? Plus, I like you guys to see my reaction live. So what's up? Yes, you're in Ohio. I've been there. Nice. I like that. I like Ohio. So one of the comments that I got, I had several comments about, hey, yo, Elisa. Welcome. Great to have you. Monday through Friday afternoons. Okay. I like that, Shannon. It's nice and flexible. So, I had a bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk about, but then I kept getting all these like requests for live reactions of specifically music videos. I don't know if I should say it. I'm thinking I want to keep it like a surprise, but I have two set up. One wasn't necessarily a request, but I've been wanting to watch it. So that's on the list today. And then the other one is, well, I'm going to get into it. And let's see. Let's take it from there. And you know how I do. I do the live stream so I can interact with you guys. And then I'll make clips out of it and post them as I can, as they come. So yeah. Robbie, welcome. Woohoo. Yeah. I like that. I can feel you. Can you feel me? And I typically be like, do you hear me? Do I sound okay? But I already just tested it. That's why I had that little earpiece on. Because like I said, my other headset, I don't know why the cable was doing the staticky stuff and I picked it up. Like when I was trying to edit the previous live stream. I'm like, because you can't really get rid of that. So, all right. Should we get into it? Tiana, hi. Great to see you. Welcome. Like I said, don't forget to hit the like. Leave a comment. And so, yeah, I don't know. All of a sudden I feel like all nervous and stuff. Because typically when I go live, I'm like, nobody's here. It's a new channel, Now I have people that are subscribed and you guys are like interacting with me. It's so freaking cool. So, okay. I'm going to screen share. And actually, I'm going to keep looking at your comments because I might take them off for a second while I watch the video for the live reaction, and then I'll put it back up on the screen so everybody can see it. But one question I have, what view do you prefer? Like me smaller or me bigger next to the video reaction? All right. So here we go. Okay, so now you see what the video is. Here's a surprise. Of course, Tom MacDonald. And I have not seen this video. I had actually saved it on my watch later list. I was going to do a reaction video about it, but then I even had somebody post this specific one. I was like, funny, because it was on my list and I didn't know what order. So today it's going to be this video. But here's the question. Do you guys prefer this view when I do reaction videos live or this view? Less of me, more of me. Because I've had other comments that people are like, you know what? I loved your reaction video, but like the whole point of the reaction is to see your face, which is exactly why I'm not using the Zoom interface and I'm choosing this one because we have these options. So what do you guys think? Less of me, more of me? Because obviously you want to watch the video. So you tell me. Oh, you. The first one, oh, shoot. Is the first one this one or the first one this one? 1, 2. Number 1, number 2. Number 1. Okay, I'm going to look at your chat. Let's see. All right. Okay, me small. All right, we got it. Oh, I mean, she said that, Shannon. All right, you guys ready for this? I'm definitely excited. I mean, look at me. Can you tell? I'm already red. Tiana said more of me. All right, we got a toss up. We got a tie. I need one more. Hey, Schmutz Streeter 4, welcome. Great to see you. So I guess when I pause it, so I could play the, look like this while I'm playing it. And then when I'm commenting, hopefully I'll remember and I can go to the bigger. Let's see if we can do that. Right. Okay, Robbie, let's see if I can do that, because that's the thing. Once I get in the moment, I get lost in the sauce. And I'm like, All right. Okay. All right, I'm doing it.
They separate us from our neighbors and they call it social distancing. It's actually a bigger plan. It's called social conditioning. They took away our privacy. There's always someone listening. The elections planning riots for the citizens. The government has always lied. It's history repeating. But the problem is the schools dumb you down so you believe them. If you try to speak the truth inside a tweet, then they delete it. Whole administration Satanists who claim they praise in Jesus. Every year there's a new name for enemies that we're facing. It's Al-Qaeda, then ISIS, and now American patriots. Who would have thought those who love the country the most would be hated on by folks who call America home? Both political parties are equally just as evil. They've been working for themselves, don't give a damn about the people. Black, white, yellow, brown, humanity needs you, because united we stand, divided they will defeat you.
I know you probably don't want me to push pause there, but they see that's my point. This is my thing, right? Everyone's talking about the left, the right, they, them, right? It's pointing the finger the whole time. We already talked about this. You know my drill, right? When you point a finger at you, 3 pointing right back at you. I know it's old school stuff, but the truth is the truth. And like he just said, it's like we all know they're full of it. We all know it's coerced, manipulated. I mean, the people on mainstream, aka corporate media, they're getting paid. And they don't want to lose their job. They don't want to lose their status. Of course, they're just going to keep it. Like, why does anybody listen? We should know. Everybody knows, the whole crying wolf thing, right? You cry wolf many times and nobody believes you when the actual wolf comes. I mean, hello. Like, this shouldn't even be an issue at this point, especially thanks to, internet, right? Like, come on. We're all on the same side. Believe me, I know this in the core. You know it. I know it. And like he said, united we stand. Oh, please. Oh, okay. All right. See, I'm gonna get myself up. Okay.
Man on the news says the problem is me. I'm just a small town boy with big American dreams. The world's going crazy and they lying to us. Don't know who to believe, so in God we trust.
Oh, exactly. Like, even whether you're religious or not, right? Like, I love that they just said that. And I had no clue that, the title of the song, In God We Trust, what a way of mentioning all the points that he mentioned. And then In God We Trust. Like I said, even regardless of your religion, or if you have no religion, maybe you're spiritual, maybe not. Maybe you believe in the Matrix, maybe you understand quantum physics and they're like, are we really in reality? Right? Just because of our senses say so? Really? Like, that's me. I'm questioning reality as we know it, regardless. And I just found for years now that what about instinct? Right? It's a human trait. It's a human sense that we have, not just human, right? Animals have instincts, or so we call it, right? So when you have these instincts, I do call that God, you know, everything that ever was and will be, everything that was, is, and will be, right? I just energetically, you feel it. You feel that there's this something, and you want to call it God. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I can stand firmly that I have this feeling, and regardless, I don't need to label it. I just know it's there. And it's so powerful, which is why that's why I love doing these reaction videos. Because if the song makes me feel something, it's on to something. It's connected to something. Oof. Okay. I'm going back.
I'm missing what was written in them pages. That was history they wrote. Now you want to change it. You racist. You hate this. Why you want us all to be locked up in cages? I can't stand the left. Everything they say is depressing. Ship them to the Middle East. They can learn oppression. Believe me, I mean this quite literal. I love liberty, but I liberals. Wear a mask, stay home, complain and moan. Talk about privilege on your phone in your Range Rover, Starbucks, mango, foo-foo, whatever. The cloth I'm cut from can handle any weather. You just paper in the rain, we ain't the same. Stand for the flag, only kneel when I pray. I just pray we go back to the old days, land of the free, home of the brave.
The man on the news says the problem is me. I'm just a small town boy with big American dreams. The world's going crazy and they lying to us. Don't know who to believe, so in God we trust. Yeah.
Again with the we don't know who to believe, but it's funny where he says, and again, funny is for the lack of a better word, but like in God we trust, right? And like he says, I'm just small time person and I have this American dream. For me, the American dream is just freedom. But for others, it's the whole shebang, right? The house, possessions, right? There's so many people have different versions of what the American dream means to them. But for me, freedom. I was born free as a human, as a spirit, whatever you want to call it. Everything else is man-made. These rules, politics, culture, society. And I actually disagree. I love the song. And what they're saying is really good. You know it. I know it. I can't argue one point they're saying. And I even love, you remember that part where the guy just covered his mouth when he could have said the word hate and didn't? I love that. I refuse to use the word hate. In fact, I say it to my friends all the time, clients, people that I work with. I go, you don't really hate. Okay. You, and this is what I say. Like, you could say, I deeply dislike, you know what I mean? But I refuse to say those words because the words have power. And I don't think it is divided as it seems, because it's all about information that's out there, which is why they're censoring, because anything that is put in your head becomes your reality. Whatever puts on the screen, then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, the world's falling apart. But if the screen says to you, everything's great, we're peachy. Hello. Like the current administration in the American government. Oh no, we're not in a recession. Oh no, we're going to redefine the word recession. And guys, there's a book. There's like a dictionary for like economists. If you haven't seen it, I'll share that in the next video because I didn't prepare it right now. I don't have it up here. But seriously, but it doesn't even matter, right? It's like, okay, let's all live in denial. That's fine. Let's pretend we're not in a recession or that we're not heading to a massive recession. It's the information that gets people to react a certain way. So that's how much the words have all the power. So we're not as divided as the information that's put out there and that's been censored. So then all of a sudden, this is my reality. So then words are your reality. Are you getting me, guys? Are you getting me? It's got nothing to do with what you have and you don't have. It's the words, which is why I love these videos. Okay, I'm going back. All right.
Oh,
I see through all the illusions, refuse to humor rumors or accept that we're losing. Easy to get caught up, consumed by the consumer. Truth is so diluted, people starve off the confusion. Comfort is the killer, your dreams execution. Cool with persecution if I make a contribution. Home of the brave look like a mental institution, and there will be revolution if we can't find resolution. And a threat is a promise. Stand up, pay homage. They tell lies, I'm being honest. Test the time is upon us. I know that God got us, so I'm fighting in his honor. Hear the cries of the crusaders as we're strapping up our armor. Either set a higher ground or drown in a drama. If I die for what I love, then my death will be nirvana. We fighting for our freedom, don't believe what they've been feeding. Be the change you want to see, the warrior that we're needing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope I wasn't too loud. Oh, that's like my quote right there. You know, the whole quote by Gandhi. And I'm not pro Gandhi, or you know what I mean? So don't get carried away with this, because I know everyone's fallible. He's not perfect, or he wasn't. But there you go. There you go. My quote right there. Be the light that you want to see in the world. So the old quote is be the change that you want to see in the world. Be the light. Be a good person. How about that? You don't have to have even a religion to be a good person. So when you're out there attacking people, even if you think, oh, I'm right. Oh, see, not only obviously the song is called In God We Trust, but even if you didn't know how to express what God is, the way I say it, I mean, it's love. And when you love something, you don't attack it. Oh my God. Guys, I did not expect this song to be this. There's just so much I could say about this. We'd be here all day, and I won't even play the whole song. All right, I'm going back.
Man on the news says the problem is me. I'm just a small town boy with big American dreams. The world's going crazy and they lying to us. Don't know who to believe, so in God we trust.
Ooh, I love the look in her face when she said that.
A farmer, we just want freedom. That you have that to offer. We don't want the lies, the politics, or the drama.
Exactly.
We just want the life that was promised by our fathers. We don't trust the news, the government, or farmer.
Oh my God.
We just want freedom.
Oh my God. Sorry, guys. I'm getting choked up. Whoa. Ooh, I don't know if you can see my eyes. We just want the life that our fathers promised. That's the thing. The only way people can get crazy or divided is because they don't know, they're uneducated, or they weren't educated right. Again, indoctrination, that's part of the school system, especially the public sector. It is what it is. And it's all over the world, guys. It's not just here. And it's all, by design, no doubt. I used to be a teacher. I'm telling you, don't even get me started there. But the part of history, and again, also history is not written correctly, right? They omit whatever they want. And don't they say, there's even a quote about it. I don't know if it was Napoleon who mentioned the whole, the history was written by the victors, right? So, but regardless, if you go further enough and you grab enough books and you just really just deep down, go down the whole rabbit hole, and to know that so many people that wrote the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. And guys, I live in Philly. If you don't know this, I live in Philadelphia. And I used to be a translator for tour guides at the Independence Center. And again, whatever they've put forth, it's just fascinating that if anybody really knew, if all these people that are supposedly against this so-called freedom that they think is the bad guy who's crazy and, we're all just crazy Christians and it's the Christians' fault. I hear that a lot. Well, I'll tell you what, the whole, one of the biggest things that got to me about what they went through, our fathers, our ancestors, our founding fathers of this country, is where do they come from? What did they live through? The people today never really lived through that, especially those that are so opposed to it. That's a fact. And then on top of that, it's the fact that some of them died. They got attacked. They got, talk about censored. It was hardcore. So, and they fought. I think it was Washington that said, fight like hell. I mean, okay. All right. I had to calm myself down. Oh my God. What a moment. God, the moment. Okay.
We don't want the lies, the politics, or the drama. We just want the life that was promised by our fathers.
The man on the news says the problem is me. I'm just a small town boy with big American dreams.
I see nothing but love here.
Crazy and they lying to us. Don't
Aw.
know who to believe, so in God we trust.
Oh my God, that's it? I'm sorry. Do you see? That's what's so crazy when I do these lives, because I'm like, wow. Didn't I say I was red in the beginning? Look at this now. Look at my neck. Is it me? How long was that video? 4 minutes? Jesus. Wow. So, as you saw, it's really chill, laid back, really smooth, not hardcore. I love that there was all these people in the video that contributed to it. I really got a sense of love. I really did. Did you guys feel that? Oh, by the way, I'm going to turn the chats on. Did you guys also see the I lost my thought. All right. I'm looking at the chats and I'm wondering, so when we reject Robbie, when we reject that, we are putting ourselves in peril. Yeah, I mean, I definitely believe in God, no doubt. No doubt. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. And everything I've ever been through, it was God that carried me. See, I'm going to get choked up again. Because back in the day when I would hear, or when I would read, or, you know, that footprints quote and stuff, or that little poem, it's like, oh, you know, where do you think I was, you know? Because he's like, God, you weren't there. And then it's like, who do you think was carrying you? And I used to love that back in the day until I really felt it. I really went through that in my life. And then I'm like, oh my God, I like fell apart, because seriously, there was no other answer for me getting through so many hard times. And even till because of that, I can get through anything now. But wow, it's funny how sometimes it takes a lot. We can be stubborn. We are human. Let me see. All right. Well, all right, Schmutz. It was great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Petty tyrants hate the idea that anything is above them. Of course, they're psychopaths. And I'm not a, licensed psychologist or an expert. And again, hello. Thanks to the experts, we're in the world we're in today, for everyone believing in the experts. Like, they're not fallible. And how about the fact that in all these movies, and even in history, crazy scientists? Oh, please. And anybody with power is already corrupt. It's just nature. And this is why our system in this country was set up, so that there would be less corruption. And yet now, from what I just saw, not in the mainstream news, but whatever, that literally, I don't know if it was one of the congressmen or senators that mentioned how, they're literally overriding the Constitution. They're just like, oh, yeah, well, whatever. And the thing is, we can talk about it, but no one's stopping them. And this is why I'm coming to the table. I'm like, as long as we go along with this, that's where it's going to be. I mean, we have to stand our ground and be like, nah, you're full of it. I'm calling you out. That's it. I'm not going to argue with you, because there's no point in arguing, like, pick your battles. But yeah, they hate us because it ain't us. Right. So exactly, Shannon. So here I am. The love struggle. Yeah. God is love. God is love. Yeah, no. Even if I was born with love, or I am love, as you know, I'm still like getting used to the comment option here on this new platform that I'm using, because I thought once you clicked on the comments, then all of the comments show up. So I don't know. So in God we trust. Oof. Still getting a hold of myself here. Let me see. So yeah. And if whoever's watching live, make sure to leave a comment, even if it's an emoji, even if it's a wave, hello, say hello. Tell me where you're coming from. And at the very least, hit that like. Keep the ball rolling. That's how the algorithm finds me. I need you guys to comment, to like, to share. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Because even when you do hit the notification bell, that doesn't really mean you're going to get the notification. I've found that even for the people that I follow. I'm sure you guys have felt it and found it too. Tiana, you still here? Elisa, you still here? Robbie, you still here? Yo. So, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out why. Because when I hit on the comments, see, like this is the first comment. Hello, Shannon. I just figured that once you do that, then they all show up. But maybe I didn't do something in the settings. Great to see you. Great to see you, Lisa. Thank you for letting me know. All right. So, Anthony, welcome. Life, love. That's right. That's right. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you. All right. Well, yeah, I got to figure out. I thought, because whenever I see other people's live streams, you know, the comments just pop up. I didn't know they were actually clicking on it. It seemed like they were just, you know, in the middle of it. Meaning, because I wanted to show up here on the screen, not just on the chat on the side on YouTube. So, like I said, I would have typically had like a bunch of stuff to talk about, but this was really impromptu, and I'm going to do another reaction video of different artists. And there's like 4 or 5 more that people have suggested that that I will do. But for today, I get a little verklempt with this whole, why can't I have everything work the way I want it to work? Right? So, one second. I want it to work. See that? That's when I open another window and people are like, you got to do something by your editing. Look. So, I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you supporting my channel in any way. And if we can't be together to have a coffee, I just put a link in there. Feel free to buy me a cup of coffee. I will use it and I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you. I'll share it in the next video. I'll do a collage and everything. Be like, this cup of coffee's from this person. This cup of coffee's from that person. Every little bit that you guys do supports. And that's what keeps me coming back. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's go back to the next video. Again, I got no clue, but the title got my attention, and I did get some reactions about this artist, so I'm like, all right, okay. Here we go. Thanks, Shannon. I feel it. Ditto. All right, let's see how this one comes out. This guy usually makes me laugh, so let's see if this is another funny type of music video that he makes, or maybe it's more serious. All right. I'm going to share. Have you guys seen this one? Have you heard of this? By Bryson Gray, Biden Blame Putin. I'm thinking it's already going to be funny. All right. And now let's see if I remember to switch back and forth as when I pause. And I'll change the look on the screen. Okay, let's go. What's up?
Cool. Repeat the lines.
With the hits. DJ Kid, I'll make a man with this show. Let's get it. They say the president don't control gas prices. Tell me how they spiked it. They tried to expand NATO to Ukraine. Russia didn't like it. They warned us in 2015, advised us not to do it. They tried to expand anyway. They already knew it. MSNBC and CNN got all our people stupid. Either this was done on purpose or Mr. Biden confused it. In March, Biden banned Russia oil. Fact check, that's the truth. And he admitted that it will make prices go through the roof. How you vote for Biden? All he do is blame.
Okay. Obviously, I figured it's got to do something political, right? Because of the title. Biden Blame Putin. But the fact that he did the one about the Hunter Biden hack, that was freaking so good. I thought it was hilarious. And I thought, obviously, his points, I thought it was super creative about, on his angle on the whole thing. Because you always got to make light of stuff, okay? I think that's so important. That's what makes the difference between happiness, people that are happy and people that are not happy. Find the humor in things, people. And then at the same time, through music, to pump out some facts through lyrics is pretty cool, right? But this one, what just caught me, guys, I don't know if it caught you too, the fact that we just saw that video from Tom MacDonald in God We Trust, and how so much of what they mentioned was the media and the messaging and the corporation. And this guy in this video is saying a lot of that already. Interesting.
Putin, and I die about my rights. Try taking mine, I go out shooting. And if you ain't pitting God first, then they ain't with your movement. The right trying to be the left, and that's why they always losing. And these rappers that like patriots, but never in them streets. Telling Tifa I'm like Jimmy Butler, I stay with that heat. They say Bryson Christian, but he still gon' snap on every beat. All these rappers lame.
End of quote.
They say they don't like rap about politics, but like it when it's killing. Women rap about being whores, you feed it to your children. They just cap, I be speaking facts, that's the biggest difference. I'm just God's soldier trying to war with all of Satan's beings.
Ooh, I'm just God's soldier trying to deal with the Satan beings. Like, he's so chill about it. Wow, talk about, he's definitely putting his thoughts, his heart out there, right? There's always, even regardless of what's happening now, currently, but there's always been shitty parents, there's not every parent, mother and father are great, but it's so funny how all of a sudden there's this whole group, looks like half the country at this point, even like half of the globe, where I don't think they're aware. I think that I've had bad experiences with religion. I was in a boarding school, and I saw things I'll never forget, help mold me and see things that maybe someone else who hadn't had that experience would see different, or not be able to see the way I see it. All the corruption that does exist. And that's just not the Catholic Church. It's all religions have corruption, just like any institution, which is why I've never prescribed to any of them. And that's my whole thing. It's like now, because I speak a certain way, everyone's like, oh, you're on this side. I'm like, no. This is exactly why I'm doing this channel, specifically on reiterating the fact that there's corruption everywhere, especially in institutions, educational, political, religious. And to be able to see that, I do appreciate that he's mentioning how, there's this group of people that the way they're raising their children, I feel like they're not aware. And that at the same time, they might even think like doing the horns and, that's like being cool. That's being edgy. That's being progressive. I'm all about being progressive. I'm all about being unconventional and being unique and different. I've always been this way. I mean, people call me crazy all the time because I'm different, just because I don't agree with anybody's group. So automatically that puts me in this, what are you talking about? But I stand my ground. There's discrepancies everywhere. So how can anybody say I'm on this side? I'm definitely on the side of God because, again, like I said, if you take away the religion, you just strip it to the core, God is love. How about that? Who doesn't love a lovely person? I don't care. No matter where I go every day, no matter, what my errands are, whether I go to the supermarket, wherever I go, I'm nice and loving and kind, and people react. And no one's asking, where you from? What side are you on? Do you have a religion or any of those things? They're reacting to how I behave. And I behave from a place of kindness and love. So none of them are hating that. They all love that because, we're pretty egocentric, especially nowadays with the cell phones and all this technology that we really can't handle because we've never had to handle it before. So we really don't know what the hell is going on, what we're doing with this. And the narcissism is rampant. Come on. 20 years ago, no one was ever talking about narcissism. Now everyone's a narcissist. I mean, people say it all the time. Doesn't make it a fact. No. But, it's hard not to be egocentric and a narcissist. Hello, even the social media platforms, right? Like. Comment. You get that dopamine hit, and then it becomes addiction. Oof. And then everyone's like thinking they're gods. And that's the thing. It's like, ooh, that's the ultimate. That's the extreme ego right there. Thinking you're God, thinking you know everything, thinking the experts are right. They've never been wrong. They've always been wrong. Humans have always been wrong. So, but no. The only way you can be devoid of a God is if you've never had anything, no sense of morality, ethics, standards. You know what I mean? Because even people that are not religious and don't necessarily believe in a God have morals, have ethics. When you lose all that, where do you go? It's a free fall. And I'm just putting it in simple form. All right. Let me finish this video. I did not expect this. I thought it was going to be more on the funny side, like I mentioned when I started playing it. Let's see.
Teach these kids it's more to life than gang and drug dealing. Black folk think they gotta be Democrats, that's why they be tripping. I ain't saying be a Republican, they ain't really different. I'm just saying think for yourself, then you'll start really winning. How you vote for Biden, all he do is blame Putin. And I die about my rights, try taking mine, I go out shooting. And if you ain't picking God first, then they ain't with your movement. The right trying to be the left, and that's why they always losing. And these rappers act like patriots, but never in them streets. Telling Tifa I'm like Jimmy Butler, I stay with that heat. They say Bryson Christian, but he still gon' snap on every beat. All these rappers lame.
End of quote.
The only way to spare more pain and more loss.
True that.
The only way. These millstones no longer mark our national mourning. Milestones, I should say, no longer mark our national mourning.
Wow, that was deep. That was deep, Bryson. Look at me. Sometimes I swear, I look at myself, I feel like I'm a caricature. That was deep. That was deep. That was deep. Wow. It sounds like it was almost like he had to get it off his chest. Did you feel that? That's how I felt it. Yup. So yeah, those were I will be doing another reaction video on a few more videos. One of them somebody has suggested. I don't know if I should say it. Should I keep it a surprise? Should I just again randomly get on maybe tomorrow? I'm definitely going to come on tomorrow. And tomorrow for sure I'm going to grab like the highlights of the past week. Like, guys, did you see the twerking on the subway in New York? Again, and I want to make this very clear. All my reaction videos, regardless of whether it's a music video or the news, current trending topics, I don't judge, but I do critique. And I'm just critiquing to give you insight without the he said, she said, pointing the finger, left, right. You know what I mean? No. Just calling everybody out in their bullshit. And honestly, everything's theater. Everything's an act. Everything I keep seeing on the news, so-called news, and things like that. It's like, no, it's all a distraction. And that's what's pissing me off. And the truth is, all of us every day, every single second that we, pick up the phone, walk out the door, anything we do, we can choose to set an example, be the light you want to see in the world. You can't fight with the wall. It takes two to tango. I mean, these are old, stupid things that are actually true and basic. And I just think, honestly, people need a life. So many people, the happiest people on earth have very little. And these are facts. Talk about facts. Talk about the experts. There's plenty of experts that have done the research. There's even a video. There's a documentary. I believe it's on Netflix called Happy. And it goes down like what really makes us happy. And we all know it, right? But yet we want. Instead of wanting to look good or get surgery, that's all I see too, right? Fashion and makeup tutorials and whatnot. And I'm over even the coaching videos of how to be this, how to be that. It's like how to be a good person, because everybody likes a good person. Everyone wants to hang out with a good person. Good people, happy people are contagious. Everybody wants to be around them. There's a reason for it. And maybe for some people, they're like, well, that's kind of like faking it, right? You're like faking it. You could. It could be an act. But you can act like an asshole too. Right? And what are the results from that? We're all actors. That's the truth. What actor do you want to be? I figured out years ago, I was human. Like, I mean, look at me. I was human. Like, I'm not human right now. I'm still human, clearly. But like, my whole thing was, all right, so if it's all a lie, we're all characters, and this is a hologram, and there is a God and a heaven, there's another life, or again, there's multiple dimensions. Again, this is for everyone out there, no matter what your beliefs are. You're here for a certain period of time, and that's it. And you're not taking anything with you. But what you leave, what people remember, is how you made them feel. We say this all the time. People know this. There's tons of quotes about it. But everyone gets caught up in themselves. Like the whole, what they call Debbie Downers, right? People that are always complaining. And I get it. When you're in a lot of pain, when you're going through a lot or a bad time, you want to complain. But we can choose to complain all day or complain 5 minutes. We can choose those things. That's my quest. That as long as I'm here, I'm not going to participate in bashing each other. That's an oxymoron. It's how are we going to be united when it's they said this and they're delusional and they are a cult. They. I get it. I think everyone's just so caught up on the same old discussion. That's not going to change anything. The system has to change. And the system changes with us. We have to change our behavior. One of them is not he, she, whatever. Okay, now I'm going off. Yeah, I like that. I want to be me. That's right. That's right. That's right. And he who doesn't like it doesn't have to bash you, insult you, right? Be like, all right, man, you're not my cup of tea. Love you. You're not my cup of tea, right? What's wrong with that? Like, hey, Olga, you want to come to this rap concert? No, I'm not really into rap. Not that I can't appreciate a good rap song, but no. And maybe you want to do all like, go to a bar where all they play is rock. I can enjoy it for a few hours, maybe, not really, maybe like an hour. But like, it's not my cup of tea. Now you take me to the opera, you take me to, a live orchestra, man, I can be there for hours. But doesn't mean I don't like several things. I personally do. I'm very eclectic in my music, my food, everything. I get bored easily, and I like diversity, which is the other thing. With all these lies, everything's a lie. Americans are racist. First of all, racism's everywhere, all over the freaking world, okay? Again, so people just say it, and as long as they keep saying it, then it becomes the truth, which is why we need to stop amplifying the bullshit. We just have to completely ignore it. Be like, thank you. Have a nice day. Like, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to amplify what you're saying. No. Or the old one, right? The older one. I'm not going to dignify that with an answer. I like that one. My dad used to say that. Anyway, I'm going to go for now. Those two songs, totally unexpected. Even if the title, again, I almost thought, I don't know, I was going to laugh in one. The other one's going to be a little more upbeat. But hey, it is what it is. And I will definitely be talking about that documentary, What is a Woman? And I will be taking clips and telling you what I really think these people are saying from my perspective with my insights, because it's completely nothing of what has already been said out there. Trust me, I promise you. So you won't want to miss that one. Maybe I'll do that one tomorrow. Or maybe it'll be because that's going to be a long one. Something that's going to need its own live stream. I think it's going to be a pretty long one. And I've noticed that when I do these live streams too long, then it takes me too long to edit them and post them before my next live stream. So you know what? I'm going to wrap it up for today. I'm going to look at the live chats. What do you guys have to say? Give me your thoughts. Give me your insight. Give me your opinion. Whether you agree or disagree with me, let me know. I want to be here for you, and I want to give you what you want, what you like. It's what you're looking for. So, let's see. I hurt every day, but I try not to complain. I feel you, Shannon. I've had chronic pain in my neck for over a decade. 2 decades, actually. And yeah, I always tell people that talk to me on a daily, I'm like, just because I don't say anything doesn't mean it's not hurting. And to the point that I remember when I first started going through it, it's that whole, unless you have chronic pain, you don't really understand how miserable it can make you. And it makes you into a miserable person. I mean, I was there, but I decided not to. And it helped. Mind, body, and soul. Because again, whatever we tell our brain, hello, the placebo effect, there's a reality, right? 2 people go into the surgery. One doesn't really get the surgery. The other one does, knee surgery specifically, right? The doctor's like, yeah, I did. Oh, I feel so much better. Never performed the surgery. So powerful, our mind. Not to say that physical pain is not real, but that's what helped me. Hi, Shannon. You're my new fave. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. You don't know how much it means to me, how much I need it. I was doing live streams, when I just started this channel recently. I mean, I think I started it back in October, but I just had so much going on and I couldn't really stick with it. And now I've been doing it pretty steady for the last few weeks. And, thank God now that I got people joining me, because talking to myself on a live stream, it's not easy. Thank you, Shannon. I won't. Thank you. You keep it up. You keep yourself strong. I'm with you. In spirit. Here. Well, until next time, I'm going to start getting ready for tomorrow's live stream. And until next time, much love, many blessings. And I'll talk to you soon.